What's good, YouTube? It's Nas and we back with another video. Road to 500 subscribers, of course. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the duo of Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. And I ain't gonna lie, when we look back at that duo, how good were they? And I can't believe that was 10 years ago. When we look at it being a decade ago, KD and Russ was a nasty duo. And I really wish that they didn't split up. And honestly, I get it now. When we look back at it, I was mad as shit when KD went to the Warriors because obviously me being a Russell Westbrook fan, I'm like, what the fuck, he just leave him by himself? But when we look at it now, KD ended up winning 2 championships and he didn't think he can get it done with Russell Westbrook. And I can't be mad at that anymore because we know Russell Westbrook didn't end up getting it done by himself, or even when he added Paul George and Melo and getting rid of Melo in 2019. Russell Westbrook has had chances to win the NBA championship, and it just hasn't come through. And now he's still a free agent, and I seen a clip of KD wanting Russ to join the Rockets, and I'm not sure that's going to happen, but it will look good. But looking back at their duo, when we look at it, like, they did put up stats together by themselves where you can say when they were by themselves, they were individual MVPs, because when KD won his MVP, that was the season where Russell Westbrook was hurt for majority of the season, came back in the playoffs and was trying to get his right footing. And then when 2017, when obviously KD left for the Warriors, that's when Russ won his MVP. And it's crazy looking back at it, even including James Harden. Like, all three of those players were drafted by the OKC Thunder, and all 3 of them ended up being MVPs, and now the Thunder are NBA champions, and only KD has a championship. So it's just looking at the cliche of it all. But when we talk about their first time playing with each other in the 08-09 season, Russell Westbrook's first season in the NBA, he averaged 15 points and 5.5 rebounds. Yeah, he averaged 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. And in that season, KD averaged in that season, he averaged 25.5 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, and 2 assists. This is when KD was getting his footing, becoming one of the best players in the league off the jump, like off the snap of my fucking finger. That's how good KD was becoming. And I'm pretty sure this was his first All-Star appearance, or it was the very next season. If he didn't make the All-Star appearance with these numbers, I'm pretty sure it's because of the West being a loaded conference that season, or KD just being blatantly snubbed, or them just thinking that he was too young. But in the next season, Russell Westbrook would average 16 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. In that next season, KD would average 30 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And this is why OKC KD is my favorite Kevin Durant of all time, because this was just a pure bucket getter. Like, the defense was there too, the athleticism was there too, the handle was there too. There was no way to guard him, like Kobe Bryant said. There's the only player he didn't have an answer for on defense was KD, because a 7-footer pulling up in your fucking mouth but a 7-footer pulling up in your face and him just drilling that bitch how the fuck he just made that shit? But when you look at it from that perspective, KD is one of the best offensive players of all time. We all know that, but this was before Russell Westbrook would end up breaking out. And then the next season, in the 2010-2011 season, Russell Westbrook ended up breaking out, and he averaged 22 points per game, 8 assists, and 4.5 rebounds. And that very same season, KD ended up averaging 27.5 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And that next season, the 2011-2012 season, the season where they ended up going to the NBA Finals, Russell Westbrook averaged 23.5 points per game, 5.5 assists, and 4.5 rebounds. And that same season, KD averaged 28 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. And this was the season where I feel like it's one of the most underrated seasons of Russell Westbrook's career, because this was the season where he went into Miami and dropped 45 on Braun and D Wade in the NBA Finals. And this is when Russell Westbrook was a young, gritty player trying to prove himself. And this was, I'm pretty sure, his first All-Star appearance when he made his first All-Star appearance. But it's crazy that that would be basically their best chance of winning an NBA championship. But in the 2012-2013 season, Westbrook averaged 23 points per game, 7.5 assists, and 5 rebounds per game. In that same season, KD averaged 28 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 4.5 assists per game. And we all know this was the season where I'm pretty sure they lost to the Memphis Grizzlies, or they beat the Memphis Grizzlies, or I don't know. But one of these seasons, or no, this was the season where Westbrook tore his Achilles versus the Houston Rockets, and the next series he would lose to the KD would lose to the Memphis Grizzlies without any help, basically. But this very next season, or Russell Westbrook's Achilles would get KD his first MVP, and in that season, he averaged 32 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. And again, this really laying the groundwork of people criticizing Russell Westbrook, because if KD is an MVP without you, even though KD was, the 8th seed or 9th seed without Russell Westbrook, and obviously KD is the MVP without you, and him not needing you, like, what are you, like, are you just a turnover machine, a shot chucker? The reason why Kevin is not playing his best basketball. And then the very next season, I'm pretty sure this is when we saw one of the best Russell Westbrook seasons in his career, because KD was honestly hurt. Russell Westbrook ended up averaging 28 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, and 7.5 assists in the 2014-2015 season. This is when we got a glimpse of what we would possibly see to come from Russell Westbrook. In that same season, KD averaged 25.5 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, and 4 assists. But KD ended up getting hurt, and in the 2014-2015 season, this is when the Thunder would ultimately miss the playoffs, and honestly, these stats would come for nothing because Russell Westbrook was playing by himself like KD was. But the difference was KD, I'm pretty sure, got them to the playoffs, and Westbrook did not. But in the very next season, their last season playing together, in the 2015-2016 season, Russell Westbrook averaged 23.5 points per game, 10.5 rebounds, and 8 assists. And I'm pretty sure he led the league in assists this season, and he was playing his best basketball, and he was an MVP candidate this season right before his actual MVP season. So 2016 Westbrook is one of the best Westbrook seasons of all time. If people don't want to admit it, I will. In that same season, in the 2015-2016 season, he would average 28 points per game, KD actually would average 28 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. And when we look at it from a stats perspective, they are one of the best duos of all time. And I just wish one championship would cement this duo as one of the best duos of all time. But I feel like people are just not going to underlook of them not accomplishing what they needed to with 2 MVPs or two to come future MVPs winning a championship. And honestly, KD leaving Russell Westbrook, showing that you can't win with Russell Westbrook, or that's the perspective that people were going to take from that analogy, even though the team around him and Russ were not good. Like, they were playing next to non-shooters. And honestly, when you look at Russell Westbrook, the way Russell Westbrook plays basketball, you know Russell Westbrook needs shooters. KD needs spacing. And the roster was just not around them the way Scott Presti needed to put the roster around KD and Russ. So KD went to the Golden State Warriors and honestly won 2 championships. And I can't be mad at it anymore, because looking at it 10 years from now, I was over it basically 4 years later. But when you look at it from 10 years ago, I can't believe it's been 10 years ago since we seen Russell Westbrook and KD on the same floor. And I feel like they were such a special duo, and it sucks that they didn't end up winning a championship, which I really hoped that Russell Westbrook would win one day. But it's looking like it's a bleak possibility with Russell Westbrook not being on a team before the NBA season starts. I'm uploading this on Saturday, so I'm recording this on Thursday, right after I just recorded the Kobe Bryant video. But let me know, how did y'all feel about Russell Westbrook and KD playing together at that time? And how do y'all feel about this duo now, looking back almost 10 years later at this duo of KD leaving and KD and Russ playing together? These duos. Wait, let me know. What was I about to say? Like, where would y'all rank them among superstar duos that played with each other? Let me know down below. That's the question I have for y'all. Subscribe. What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and engage in the channel. There's a video on the left, and I'm pretty sure the channel icon's in the right. Click one of them hoes, man. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. It helps me out, and I appreciate you.